How Payless shoes collapsed. Payless Shoes was once one of the most common shoe stores in the United States. For many years, it was easy to find a Payless in almost every mall or shopping center. The company sold affordable shoes for kids, adults, and families. Many people shopped there because the prices were low and the stores were convenient. At its peak, Payless had more than 4,000 stores around the world. It employed tens of thousands of workers. For a long time, the business seemed stable. But behind the scenes, Payless was slowly building problems that would later cause it to collapse. This is the story of how Payless Shoes failed, focusing on debt, changes in retail, and what went wrong. How Payless made money. Payless sold low-cost shoes. Most of its shoes were not expensive brands. The company focused on basic styles and family needs. Parents could buy school shoes for kids, and adults could buy simple work or casual shoes. The company made money by selling large volumes of shoes at small profit margins. This meant Payless needed a lot of customers and a lot of stores to stay profitable. The business worked best when stores were busy and rent costs stayed reasonable. For many years, malls were full and customers shopped in person. During that time, Payless grew quickly. The private equity buyout. In 2012, Payless was bought by private equity firms. These firms specialize in buying companies, restructuring them, and trying to sell them later for a profit. The purchase was done using a large amount of borrowed money. This is called a leveraged buyout. Instead of the investors paying all the money themselves, they used loans and put the debt onto Payless. After the deal, Payless suddenly owed billions of dollars. This debt was not used to improve stores, build better technology, or lower prices. Most of the borrowed money went to pay for the purchase itself. From that moment on, Payless had to spend a lot of its cash just paying interest on debt. Why debt became a problem. Debt is not always bad, but it becomes dangerous when a company cannot easily pay it back. Payless had thin profit margins. It did not make a lot of extra money. When sales slowed even a little, the company struggled to cover its loan payments. Every month, Payless had to pay lenders before it could invest in its business. This meant less money for store upgrades, better shoe designs, online shopping improvements, marketing. As malls became less busy, Payless needed flexibility. Instead, the debt made the company fragile. Changes in shopping habits. While Payless was dealing with debt, shopping behavior was changing. More people began shopping online. Websites like Amazon made it easy to buy shoes from home. Customers could compare prices, read reviews, and get fast delivery. Payless was slow to adapt to this shift. Its website and online shopping experience were basic compared to competitors. The company still depended heavily on physical stores. At the same time, malls were losing foot traffic. Many shoppers stopped visiting malls regularly. Since Payless had thousands of mall-based locations, this hurt sales. Too many stores. Payless had grown very large during better retail years. By the time shopping habits changed, it had too many stores. Many Payless locations were close to each other. Some stores did not make enough money to cover rent and staff costs. Closing stores would have helped, but long-term leases made that difficult. Breaking leases often required paying large fees, which Payless could not easily afford because of its debt. So the company kept many unprofitable stores open, losing money each month. Weak store experience. Another problem was the in-store experience. Many Payless stores looked outdated. Shelves were crowded. Lighting was poor. Some stores had worn carpets and old displays. At the same time, other retailers improved their stores or focused on strong online experiences. Customers had more choices and higher expectations. Payless did not have enough money to modernize its stores in a meaningful way. As a result, shopping at Payless became less appealing. First bankruptcy in 2017. By 2017, Payless could no longer manage its debt and declining sales. The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This type of bankruptcy allows a company to reorganize while keeping stores open. During this process, Payless closed hundreds of stores and tried to reduce costs. Some debt was restructured, but the company still carried heavy financial burdens. After exiting bankruptcy, Payless was smaller, but the main problems remained. Continued struggles. After the first bankruptcy, retail conditions did not improve. Online shopping continued to grow. Mall traffic continued to fall. Competition from other discount shoe sellers increased. Payless still lacked strong online systems and still had limited cash to invest in growth. Sales did not recover enough to support the remaining debt and store network. Second bankruptcy and shutdown. In 2019, Payless filed for bankruptcy again. This time, the company decided to close all of its U.S. stores. Thousands of workers lost their jobs. Many mall locations went dark. Payless continued operating in some international markets for a time, but its presence in the United States ended. What went wrong? Payless did not collapse because people stopped buying shoes. It collapsed because a large amount of debt drained its cash. Shopping moved online faster than the company adapted. Too many stores became unprofitable. Malls declined. The company lacked money to modernize. Each problem made the others worse. Debt reduced flexibility. Retail changes reduced sales. Falling sales made debt harder to pay. Over time, the business could no longer survive. The end result. Payless shoes was once a familiar part of everyday shopping. Its collapse shows how debt and slow adaptation can damage even a large, well-known company. The failure did not happen overnight. It happened step by step, as financial pressure and retail changes piled up. By the time Payless tried to fix its problems, it no longer had the resources needed to recover. That is how Payless shoes collapsed.